Hello and welcome to the stream. I am Vikova, you can call me V, and today I am playing more Roadwarden, which, as I'm sure you're aware, I completely adore and I'm very excited to return to. Hello and welcome to Quirrell, to Rowan, to Siberius, Sario, and to Kairivo. Lovely to have you all here today. How are you? I've been having quite a quite a relaxing Wednesday today. I went for a walk. I've been playing Calico, which is a really lovely, chilled out game I've streamed previously. So I'm in a lovely mood right now. It's rare that when you plan a relaxing day, it actually ends up being relaxing. Well, that's how it is for me. So I'm lucky. Nine says, probably just me and Siberius today. Kay's not feeling so great. Oh, sorry to hear that. Kariva says, work is holding an online conference today, so I'm only half there. Okay. Quirrell says, what's Calico like? It's just... It's really cute, completely peaceful. You're running a cat cafe, but you can pick up any random animal in the world and send it to your cafe. To be pet, and the cafe sort of runs itself, and you just explore around doing little quests. Just lovely. Anyway, to walk into the fogs, to die mysteriously. Okay, getting back into the game. Oh, hello and welcome to Nukewave. Nukewave says hi from Liz as well. Oh, hi, Liz. Okay, so you return to Shadowfax. Oh yes, we just uncovered this statue in the wilderness, haven't we? We're traveling. Shadowfax, the horse that has much knowledge of light and darkness. So, I believe I couldn't wash myself in this stream, so I think it's time to move on. I'm not taking the coin from the altar for sure. Fluffle, hi! Unexpected Fluffle today. Kariva says, gosh, the music again. The music in this game is amazing. I still don't really know where I'm choosing to go. We're just going to keep going this way. The statue of the woman. We're going to keep going this way and try and uncover more of the world. Saria says, oh, I had to leave early the other day. How did befriending the necromancers go? Not amazingly. They don't like me. And in the middle of the night, there was some kind of terrifying ritual. And it seems like the leader of the necromancer village might be genuinely a bad person, even if the regular people... are fine. So that's scary. But yes, I made a very bad impression. But I'm not giving up. Okay. The valley is flanked by the hills. To the west, the grasses and bushes blend into the horizon and turn into another part of the forest. The southern hills are grey and tall, with fortress-like rock faces and a crown of conifers. The northern ones have countless sand-coloured rocks, lumped together like piles of rubble and clay, bearing hardly any soil or weeds. The plants here are struggling. The grass is short and yellowish, sometimes dried out. The bushes have silver leaves, like many plants from sunny areas. The mushrooms can't hide in the shadows, but as you approach one, you see it's growing from the remains of a dead bird, while others are covering old branches and other plants. They won't last much longer. It will be easy to spot any larger beasts around. Ooh, this is fun. Calmly Enveloped, hello! Calmly Enveloped, everyone, has gifted me Stray, the game Stray, where you play as a cat in a future where everyone is robots and there aren't any more humans, and I'm very excited to play that game on stream. So, look forward to that hopefully sometime this in December. So, you have to squint to spot the first threatening creature. A runner is in the far east, close to the hills, though it completely ignores you, walking around and observing the grass, looking for its next prey. You don't have to worry about it for now. There are boot prints on the road as well as in the short grass, fresher than even on the western roads. Since many mushrooms were cut away with a knife and you notice few berries on the shrubs, you conclude it's a foraging spot for the people from the north, though there doesn't seem to be much food left. There are almost no prints leading farther south. I could try to forage for a bit. Oh, my berry hook is finally going to be useful. I knew there was a reason I bought that berry hook. Thank you very much for it, Calmly Enveloped. I'm really, really excited. Oh, hello and welcome, Talon. Talon says meow. Okay, let's see if I can use my hook. You picked 2 bunches of wild plants. Okay. You let Shadowfax keep itself busy while you walk around, looking for anything edible. It takes a fair bit of time. You don't plan to carry around raw mushrooms and bugs, and the wild vegetables need to be washed before you put them in your bags. You finally find a few handfuls of plants, fruits, and nuts. Next time, however, it's not going to be so easy, especially since the runner, a bird both taller and wider than you, observes you carefully, at first from a distance, then circling around you. After about half an hour, you hear its piercing screech. As the creature runs at you, shaking a beak larger than your head, you throw everything into a sack and get in the saddle. Okay, so I need to leave. I should avoid this place while this beast is hanging around. Calmly says, however, I enjoy watching you play all sorts of games. In fact, you've convinced me to buy some. I enjoy similar games to you, it seems. I feel like there's, like, a lot of us here are able to recommend good games to each other. Because, I know I could, some of the games on my Steam wishlist, Calmly, I can see that you already have or have wishlisted. And I know, like, Rob and Tarana have both recommended me games I've really enjoyed. Kyriva says, is the runner on a road? You know what? It does appear so. Jabal, hello, welcome. Jabal says, merp. Many kitty sounds arriving. Rowan says, Vio has sold me on 3 games so far. I wish I was as good at selling my books. Okay, let's move on. The foraging grounds. This is a good place to know about. I feel like being able to get wild food is going to be very, very useful. Quarrel says we should add you on Steam sometime, V. I have a feeling our respective game lists would be interesting to each other. We should definitely do that. I'll send you my friend code later. Alquill, hello! Welcome. How are you today? We're moving to the next area. Sario says, another streamer I watched recently started Wandering Village. It's a great game to stream. I hope they have a good time with it. The only tracks in sight belong to small critters. The cabin has no window, but a stubborn beast could easily burst in through the old thatch. The gust of wind doesn't move the door. A curious ibex observes you from the crag, but flees from your gaze. Oh, look at this cabin. It's very small. Basically just like one little room, it looks like. I'm excited to have a look. Sabira says, very much on board with the merp thing. Al says, I just arrived home. Okay, I hope you can get nice and cozy. Jabal says, people are also welcome to add me upon the steaming, so I can't remember how that works. I should do that. I think you just share each other's friend codes. You go into like your friend's something and there's a code. Calmly says, I mean, I'm sure most folks here have your books too. That's true. That's true. Okay. Alright, I'm checking on the cabin. You tether Shadowfax to the supporting beam. What is that? Its curious eyes are tracking the crickets that jump among the grass blades. You stretch your limbs, adjust your armor, and reach for the axe. I'm just gonna listen. Why would I just bust in? What if this is someone's house? Al says, man, if I still had budgies, they'd love this game. Oh, budgies. I love budgies. Kyriva says, why does the supporting beam have curious eyes? You know, I think it's referring to Shadowfax. That's just my interpretation. You sneak toward the door and crouch down. After maybe a minute, a quiet rattle comes from the inside. Something similar to the sound of cracking knuckles. Ooh. You peek inside and just barely see a small part of the dusty room. A large spider web is spread among the knocked down furniture. There's a rattle like cracking knuckles. But the room is dusty and has spider webs throughout it. So it's probably wildlife in here. Ooh, I'm a bit nervous. Okay. Kariwa says, I ready my axe and attack the gazebo. I'm never tired of that gazebo story. Amazing D&D lore. Let's see. I don't have a crossbow. I'll just grab my axe and go inside. I'm curious. Oh, scary music. It's a big spider? Is it a big spider? People who have spider problems, is it going to be a big spider? Oh, hang on. A bot. Let's just delete this. Please get banned. There we go. Alright. A spider looks at you from the center of the web. Its shell is larger than your head. Oh my gosh. And the thin legs are longer than your arms. Its countless hair blends in with the walls. They're brown, grey, and cream. What do you do? Let me think. Okay. Oh, this is we get to enter whatever we want into this. I am not going to kiss the spider. I think it's going to eat me. Any suggestions for what I should do? I kind of want to walk away. Al says talk to it. Ooh. Talk. I like that a lot. I might do that. I was going to type in back away, but... Fluffle says nice day, isn't it? You know what? It's a gorgeous day out, but not inside this cabin. Rowan says flee. Jabal votes run. Oh, maybe I'll just run. I'm gonna back away. I don't know what you mean. Okay. Flee. Okay. You get outside and dash towards Shadowfax. For a moment, you think that something moved behind your back, but the spider doesn't follow you. Okay, yeah, it was gonna eat me. It was gonna eat me. Talon says pet it. No, I think it was gonna eat me. Calmly says apologies, the tools weren't allowing me to ban them easily. Don't worry about it, Calmly. You and I are handling this together and it's totally fine. Squirrel says twisted, pop it. I don't want to enter the cabin. I'm leaving. I'm just gonna encounter the spider again. Moving on. The fact that Jabal also voted run makes me think that that spider would definitely have eaten me. Oh no, more fight music. The gentle road leads uphill, getting more rocky and bright as the trees grow sparse. Just in case, your eyes run toward a few drier parts of the meadow, and you instantly shout at Shadowfax to make haste. A pack of short-haired wolves, at least 20 members strong, is chasing after you. Their coats are a mixture of yellow, black, and white spots, as if someone threw mud and paint at them. They move toward the road with a human-like speed, and you realize only some of them run straight at you. They're trying to cut through my path. Oh my gosh. Jabal says, I am generally very pro-spider, but I did have foreknowledge on that one. It did seem really suspicious that it was just hanging out in a human cabin that was abandoned. I mean, Kariva says, a spider, a supporting beam, together they fight crime. Okay, let's see. If it wasn't for your palfrey, the beast would have already caught up with you. Their trap was perfectly set up, not leaving you any path of escape. Your terrified mount is disciplined enough to stay on the beaten path. And even though one of the big-eared wolves almost sinks its teeth into your mount's thigh, you manage to squeeze between the hunters. For the next few minutes, you do your best to get further away, and while your gallop is indeed faster, the wolves easily shorten the distance by moving through the sparse forest. You cross a weird river bridge made of a stone slab, but the chase doesn't stop yet. Maybe I have something I could use here? I bet I don't. I don't have anything. I have nothing, and I'm almost dead. Oh no, I'm going to die. I don't want to die here. Calmly says a human-like speed, so slow then. It's a good point. You think about your sacks and bundles, but the pack won't wait for you to sort through things. The group gets larger the further you go, as even more of its members, previously hidden among the rocks and grasses, now join the hunt, allowing their tired family members to slow down. You may be able to lose them after some time, but scaring or wounding some of them may force them to give up on their prey sooner. I don't have a crossbow, a long-range weapon, or a potion that could help me here. I have nothing to fight them off with. Click. You focus on the road ahead, forcing your mount to speed up whenever a beast tries to catch it. After another few minutes, you reach the crossroads at the foot of a watchtower. But the pack doesn't give up on you yet. At least their numbers have stopped growing. You're already outside of their territory, and the handful of spotted, colourful shells also seem tired, and are forced to stay on the beaten path. The gate cutting the road right next to the tower can't be crossed in the saddle. You have to make a turn. Oh, where should I go? Where should I go? Kyrie says pet them? I would if they weren't trying to kill me. I don't want to hurt these wolves, but I really don't want to die. I hope we can escape. Dave, hello! Welcome, Dave Face. How's your Wednesday going? Quirrell says, I think that's the bridge you need to get the coins from under. You'll need to come back here when you have more not being chased by wolves. Oh, that's probably true. Quirrell says, based on the grayed out options we're seeing, I'm feeling like you really need to get a crossbow. It is feeling like I do need it. Jabal votes east. Jabal knows about interesting stuff in the game. We'll go east. The road is in great condition. The forest in the south is lush, despite the steep rock face that divides it in half. You barely recognize any shapes in the entanglement of greys, browns, and greens. But after another few minutes, the howls stop. You don't slow down just yet. Those were some stubborn wolves. Woohoo, I'm gonna click. Okay. Dave says, very good, thank you. I'm on holiday from work all week, so loving it. Oh, that's wonderful. Jabal says, west is the central forest in the middle of the peninsula. Oh, so I would probably just get eaten by something immediately if I went there. And without a crossbow. The northern landscape is just a meadow, which then morphs into barren hills and mountains, barely covered by the grasses and bushes. No horse could travel through such a barrier. Maybe the riding ibexes of the clanspeople from the growing mountains would manage. I want to ride an ibex. Sorry, I want to though. Shadowfax is exhausted but patient, more happy to survive than it is angry at your wanderlust. At least you can hope the pack will move to a different place during the night. I better get out of the saddle and let it rest for a bit before I move forward. I don't want to sleep so close to a pack of 20 plus wolves. I'm concerned. I'm very concerned. Point at this icon. Display entire area at once. Ooh. Oh. We're learning. The road leads you downhill to the edge of a lake. The clearing around the dwelling is quiet, with no crickets, flies, or even toads. The grass is not even knee-high. There are no signs of a wharf or boats. The wall wasn't coated, and has already been bitten by winds and rains. I look for an entrance. Right next to the gate, a gargoyle, or a stone look-alike, kneels on a slab. It's dark purple, almost black, with yellow, pointy teeth, though its half-open mouth has no tongue, and the creature doesn't move even an inch. The eyes have been replaced by crystals, red like currant juice. I'm concerned by I just want to examine this sentence, or rather this clause of it. A gargoyle or a stone look-alike. So there are living gargoyles in this world. This is not a surprise. Anything that might want to kill us appears to exist in this world. But they're more common than the stone lookalikes. So, ooh, interesting. I want it to be my friend, though. Okay, so if we look at the image, I think this is the gargoyle here next to the gate on the right. Does it come alive and hit me? I want to touch the gargoyle. I want to touch the gargoyle. I want to touch it. I touch the gargoyle. Your hand seems tiny when placed on the monster's shoulder, which is coarse and cold like a rock. You consider pushing one of the teeth, but the eyes of the gargoyle glow suddenly brighter. What do you want? I'm not expecting anyone. The words are coming from the monster's mouth, though it remains still. Stand in front of me. I want to see your mug. The drawling voice belongs to a woman, but is lined with unnatural creaking. Ooh, the eyes have lit up on the picture. I step closer. The eyes don't rotate nor blink. Who are you? Oh my gosh. Gargoyle friend? Or just a person speaking through a gargoyle, like, device? I hope it's a gargoyle friend. I would love to befriend a monster. I'm still desperate to befriend a monster. That is still one of my main goals of this game. Let's see. Our options. Friendly. I'm Strider, the new Roadwarden. I hope you're having a great day. Okay, well, obviously I love that. Sabira says, without having seen the responses yet, I'm just going to call it right now that V is going to pick friendly. Look, I'm not so predictable. Playful? Kairo says, yep. Come on, I might pick vulnerable, you don't know. Sabira says, yeah, you are. Oh, come on. Okay, Playful says, I must say, as a Roadwarden, I have seen some disgusting beasts, but you surely have the kindest voice of them all. I mean, it's kind of friendly, but it's also quite mean. Why would you call the gargoyle disgusting? Rowan says, what is the title of your stream, V? What is the title of your stream? Ah. Dang. Heck. I've played myself. I am that predictable. Okay. Distanced. I'm Strider, the new Roadwarden. Distanced is just boring. It's just never not boring. Intimidating. The worst option no one should ever take. I'm the new Roadwarden and I value my time. Let's speak face to face. Oh, that's the least bad intimidating we've ever had. Vulnerable. I introduce myself. I'd like to ask you a few questions if that's fine with you. Okay, so I am predictable because I only like friendly and vulnerable, really. Everyone let me know what you think, what I should choose. I'm not gonna lie, I'm leaning towards friendly. I love going up to some a gargoyle monster and just being like, I hope you're having a great day. I like the vulnerable a lot though, because it seems very respectful. So, yeah. Let me know. Quirrell says glare silently. No. Jabal says I think vulnerable. Okay. We're gonna make friends with Gargoyle. Yay. Oh. Let's do vulnerable. Let's do vulnerable. Just so I'm not predictable. Fluffle says I like friendly. Jabal says, but only because the I hope you're having a great day feels way too waitress at an American diner with rigor mortis customer service smile. I see what you mean. But Fluffle likes friendly. I like it too. I don't know. Being like that to a... Quirrell says V probably shouldn't play Tyranny, which that's a reference to. Oh, really? Is that a game where you're really mean to everyone? I would struggle. Okay, we've got 50-50 friendly and vulnerable, so I'm going to roll my d4, and on an even, it's friendly, and on odd, it's vulnerable. Oh no, we have 2 for friendly. Friendly it is. Click. During the long pause, the glow of the gargoyle's eyes subside. Once they light up again, the voice isn't much softer. Well, good to see a new Roadwarden. You came to pick up some stuff? You're many days too early, or do you even know who I am? I don't, I'm afraid. I'm just getting to know the realm. So, you lost your way, and now you're wasting my time. Long pause. I'm Eudocia, the only enchantress you'll find in this land. And you're disturbing my work. I don't see people in the middle of the day. Return in the early morning or a few hours before dusk, if you have to. Best yet, don't bother me at all. Oh, she's probably just enchanted this gargoyle. Disappointing. The monster's eyes darken again. Your mount is ready to ride away. The options are I will wait for as long as it takes for her to let me in, or it will make her angry, but I touch the gargoyle's head. I'm afraid I have to speak with you right now. I really don't. So let's see. Early morning. Or a few hours before dusk. It's only gonna be a couple hours. I could just wait. Quirrell says, Tyranny is a game in which the evil empire won centuries ago and you play as one of its enforcers. No! Being nice to everyone tends to get you killed. Oh, that seems rough. I bet that's an amazing game, though. Sarios says travel? I could travel. I could travel. Zopo, thank you for the follow. I hope you're doing well today. Quirrell also says you have time to visit somewhere. Let's go have a little visit. Let's go have a little visit. So we're here. Ooh. The secluded residence. A small but luxurious hamlet, for some reason spared by wild beasts. Okay. It would only take me 30 minutes to get to the watchtower, so like an hour there and back. I haven't been there yet, have I? But it's on my map. I've been to the old bridge. I need to wait a day for the spotted wolves to leave. Yeah, I don't want to go back to the wolf area. I'm going to try this watchtower. Quirrell says you haven't been there as such. It was more that you ran past it while being chased by wolves. That's what I thought as well. Let's have a look at this. Oh, we can't see the whole picture. So here it is. While the hills are full of life, you don't hear anything coming from the watchtower. Except the scream of a bird. I love it. Its upper levels lack a wooden platform from which the guards could fire their crossbows, or drop stones on the opponents below. So this place was not meant to be used in combat, but rather as a shelter from claws and fangs. So that's this bird. I love this bird. Such structures can be found in especially untamed parts of the Dragonwoods, used occasionally by travellers or patrolling squads. Since the end of the war, the cities can't find enough people and dragon bones to keep them in good shape. You see no footsteps, no lights, no fresh trash or a latrine. The birds are preening their feathers on the top of the tower, while the branches of nearby trees are swaying in the fierce, cold wind. Okay, so there's probably no one here. But let's have a little look around. This is exciting. This is exciting. Quirrell says, bird friends. Absolutely. I would love to make friends with a bird. Although so far, our track record with birds in this game is very bad. Because there was that raven that mimicked a woman asking for help and had trained a panther to kill me. That was quite bad. That was rough. I examined the campfire spot at the fence. I think we want to have a look at the outside first. You see a shattered bowl, the remains of a meal from many years ago. However, the firewood and the lonely stool are not too old. You don't doubt that the watchtower seems less threatening to wayfarers than the wilderness around it, even when it's locked. Interesting. I may use this campfire spot in the future if I have any raw meat with me. Ooh! Alquill says the raven has trained accountants to attack you. No, a panther. It trained like a big black cat to attack me. I'm sorry if I spoke too quickly. I'll take a look at the signpost. Flaffles' attempted murder it was. Oh my gosh. The wood and letters are damaged by decades of rains, frosts, borers, claws, and mosses. You scratch off some of the moss. The plank on the top points both toward the watchtower, where the letter spells south, and away from it, with the additionally carved north. The one beneath it points east, and this time you see a tidily written word, painted on the wood in blue. Enchanting. In Hovlaven, enchanters are artisans specialised in filling ordinary items with magical pneuma, and sure enough, the arrow here looks more like a magic wand. The bottom plank, pointing west, has a picture of a tall tower on it, surrounded by little houses. The carving spells monastery, but the wood is covered in red paint, suggesting danger. Okay, so west is a danger monastery. East is an enchanter. Well, we've been to the enchantress, so we know that that's good. Maybe the wolves live at the monastery or something. This is good. This is good. Why do people just put cover something in red paint instead of just being writing a little note on it that just says, by the way, these people are cannibals or something? You could give us a little bit of info. Quirrell says, to be fair, that cat might be an accountant. The hunting might just be a hobby, keeping in touch with their wild roots, Absolutely. Calmly says the only problem with bird friends is that they're cheap. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was seamless. Coral says maybe they're not literate but still want to leave a warning. You know what? That's a good point. Whew. Okay, I'm still gonna look around the outside. I'm gonna look among the spruce trees for this bird that is screaming at me. Okay. It must be a human-made copse. Only the smallest of spruces are out of order, born of wild seeds. The largest trees are as tall as the tower itself, which surely doesn't help those who were meant to observe their surroundings. There are also some stumps, most of which used to belong to young saplings. These trees were likely meant to be sold to carpenters and coopers, but they were left alone many years ago. In the copse you find wild fennel and lettuce, thriving in shadows, and there are pears and berries growing among nearby trees and shrubs. The wild plants here need maybe another week before they ripen. Oh, okay. I would really like the pears and the berries and the lettuce and stuff. That sounds great. Pearl says there was that one guy who needed you to read that Dear John letter to him. That's very true. I'll walk to the gate. Setting up a firm wall in a place like this is a bit unusual. It goes on for no more than 40 feet until it connects with a natural rock face. Such a structure could be found near the city, acting as a checkpoint, at which to stop any travellers to search through their belongings or request a fee. But in the middle of nowhere, deer and other animals used to running here with no hindrance must have been more than annoyed. A risky investment. You touch the gate made of a high-quality wood, previously soaked in oil, now mostly wiped off. It was left open, and you don't see any wooden bar that would be used to lock it. You try to move the cold planks, buried in dried-out mud, but with no luck. It would require some wearying digging. Interesting. So I can't get in. I'm going to approach the entrance. This bird! You take a look at Shadowfax. If necessary, it could bow its head and walk inside. This place should be a decent shelter for both of you. I love that. Good. Places to sleep that are free. The planks are strong, heavy, well protected from rain and wind, and when you knock, they seem to be thick. While the door shakes at your push, it won't open. Defensive structures usually have a locking bar on the inner side, but you also see a large keyhole. You walk around the tower, making sure there are no open windows or other entrances. It doesn't look like you can get in without destroying the door, and doing so is going to make a potential entryway for wild creatures. I'm too weak to destroy the door? Yeah, I am so weak. Let's look through the keyhole. Talon says there seems to be 2 birds yelling, actually. Cool. Oh, thank you, Talon. 2 birds. I wonder what kind of conversation they're having. You kneel down and take a peek. There's nothing in the hole, but the room is dark, with tiny bits of light passing through the crevices of the windows. You see the shapes of wooden furniture, like tables, casks, and a ladder. But the only movement you notice belongs to the dust dancing in sunbeams. I need a key. I return to the crossroads. I guess I don't have anything here I can use. Let's have a look around. Hang on, wait. What time is it? 4 hours, 45 minutes. We've got more time to travel. Where are we? We're here. I might click. Shall I travel west or shall I travel south? What do you think? I think we're probably gonna go a little bit more travel and then head back to the Enchantress. Sibira says, I forgot the source for this, but a quote comes to mind. Bird calls usually mean one of 2 things. Fuck me or fuck you. I mean, they actually communicate a lot more than that. That's a very common thing I've heard said. But they communicate predators to each other. They communicate food. Sarius says west is Danger Monks. Oh my gosh, I forgot immediately. Okay, yes, let's not go to the Danger Monks. Thank you, Sario. Look, if I'm gonna be friendly to everyone, I gotta not just walk into dangerous places. Let's go south. Jabal says if you can't get the tower clear, you might actually be best to travel all the way back to the inn and sleep. But then I can't go to the Enchantress! How far is the inn? 2.5 hours? Do I even have the money to sleep there? I have 2 food rations and 2 coins. That might be enough to sleep there. Sario says you can't go back to the Enchantress today. You know, that's very true. Alright, let's go back to the inn, and then we'll come back out to this area and keep exploring. The surface of the lake is restless, and the cold wind strikes the tavern's hanging barrel again and again. You adjust your cloak. The tavern staff is sitting on the stairs, enjoying the light and silence as they share a roasted fish. Alright, I want to go inside, and I want to sleep. The room has been recently aired out. Foggy is eating stew from a bowl, but when she sees you, she finishes it with a few large gulps. She welcomes you with a gentle nod. 2 hours before dusk. Could I spend a night or 2 under your roof? Oh, wait, can I sell anything? Only my berry hook. How much will you give me for it? I don't need this, but that's a nice claw. She raises it to the beam of light. Pebblers? You must have lost it in the woods. I put it maybe there. She points at a shelf with her chin. 3 dragons, more than fair. No, I still think I'm going to be able to use this berry hook. So maybe later. Could I spend a night or 2 under your roof? She approaches a window above the table and looks outside. Your beast won't make it easy for us, dear. She places her hands on the shutters. It's not a city inn. I don't cook for a smile. I don't work to feel noble. I allow folks to lie down here for a fee. Down there for free, sorry. She points toward the bear fur with her broad chin. But that's about it. If your horse stays outside, it'll lure the beast to us. But if we move it here upstairs, it'll leave its droppings on my floor. She gets annoyed even by the idea of it happening. If you want to rest here, love, you'd be ready either to pay with a coin or some food rations, or to spend the night keeping your mount quiet. And clean after it in the morning, will you? She steps away. Oh, well, can I just clean up after it? I can't sleep yet. Is it not late enough? Why can't I sleep yet? Time for me to go. Oh, sleep. Okay, now I've got the option. Sleep. Sleeping in the main hall. The bear fur will be a fine sleeping spot, but your horse will disturb your rest, and in the morning you'll have to clean it after it. Sleeping here will be rather uncomfortable. It will lose me a vitality. I've only got 1 left. Or sleeping in the attic. You'll have plenty of space and many furs to choose from. The staff will help you take care of your mount's filth. I'll get a bit hungry, and I'll lose some appearance. It'll cost me either 2 rations or 1 dragon bone. I guess I'll pay the dragon bone. Something's happening! The sounds of rain wake you up briefly. Before you return to sleep, you think about your plans. Riding in the mud is difficult. Shadowfax will have a rough time, especially on the unpaved grounds. It may be a good day to take a break at an inn. The monstrous shouts wake you up. The night is bright, and from the window of the tavern you have a good look at the yard. A few massive dragonlings are exploring the courtyard, knocking over wooden tools with their tails, putting their noses into buckets and underneath the stairs. You count 5 of them so far, but you can't see the entire area at once. One of them spots your look and moves closer. Still, it doesn't try to climb to the door. Maybe it's experienced enough to know it won't get through. Oh my gosh! It's me! There's a baby! There's a dragon! There's a baby me! Oh my gosh. Oh wow, I think we're in trouble. Game and Neil, hello! It's been a while, how you doing? Rowan says, dear heaven, sleep makes you worse, I know. Coral says, you need to get some vitality back. You spent most of the last few sessions one paper cut away from death. I know! I don't know what to do about it. I close the shutter slowly. I go back to sleep with an axe in my hand. I scoff and leave the shutter open. I'm gonna close the shutter. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Ooh. Rowan says none of these options are yay baby dragons somehow. Like, I understand intellectually that this is a very dangerous situation and that I'm probably going to get eaten by a dragon tonight in the game. But also, I do feel like yay baby dragons. I'm gonna close the shutter slowly. Whew. Listening to the grunts of the annoyed Shadowfax makes you feel uneasy. But at least the furs covering the floor are helping you relax. You don't even notice when it's already morning, and while the smell coming from the lower floor is not inviting, at least it's not you who has to take care of it. Foggy turns toward you and waits for you to speak. Okay. Okay, good. Wait. What's rest? Is it raining today? I heard about that. I've gained a vitality! But I'm really hungry! Oh, do you have some food? Wait, I have food rations. How many food rations do I have? Only 2. I'm gonna save so I don't lose anything. Let's see. Need to buy something. A fresh meal. 4 meals bought in advance, so I have to keep coming back. Is it worth to do that? That seems like a lot of food. I need food. But I'll have to keep coming back. Jabal says they're good value. It seems like a value. I'm just gonna do it. I need food. Okay. Can I eat yet? I'd like to eat. Okay. Ooh, lots of food. She stretches out her arm and grabs a bowl. Give me a moment. You sit down at the clean table. After a moment, the keeper brings you a bowl of flat gruel, another bowl with fish soup, and a soft boiled egg. Once you're done, Foggy packs the leftovers for you as a snack for the rest of the day, and mentions that you've already paid for another 3 meals. Can I eat another meal? Because that gave me half my hungers. Oh, yes! So good. She stretches out her arm and grabs a bowl. So it's the same thing. I've got 2 more meals. I have full nourishment. Yes! Okay, let's explore. What happens if I rest? If I rest? You spend the entire day taking care of smaller chores and allowing your shell soul to rest. Should I just rest here? It gains me a vitality, which could be really, really, really good. I'll be up to 3 vitality. It's free. I'm gonna rest. A whole day seems bad, but I gotta rest, right? I need the vitality. I'm resting. Oh, look how strong I am now! It's been a relaxing day, but free of boredom. You spent almost an hour looking after your mount, but at least it's now clean and cheerful. You patch holes in your bundles to the soothing sounds of a late summer drizzle. The foragers and Foggy spend some time chatting with you, but are mostly focused on their own daily chores. Yeah, so it was raining today anyway, so it was not a good day to go out. This is great! 1 hour before dusk! Can I make it to the Enchantress? Oh my gosh. Can I make it? Oh, 4 hours and 30 minutes. That's very long. I could. It's too late to explore an unfamiliar area. Do I need to rest some more? No! What? Oh no, I've actually wasted a lot of time. Jabal says, unfortunately, you'll now need to spend your remaining food rations on resting here. Oh. Fine. I spend 2 rations. Oh, I'm gonna be really filthy now. Like most people, you wake in the middle of almost every night. Before your second sleep comes, you spend an hour or 2 taking care of your belongings, shell and soul. Some people spend this time with their friends, families, or lovers, but your routine is different. If you don't have to take care of essential tasks... Ooh, options! I stretch my muscles, work out a bit. No. I spend some time outside observing stars and listening to the wild creatures. That sounds wonderful. I check on Shadowfax. It's a good time to brush it and make sure it has everything it needs. I love that. It's the best time to pray and think about my dreams. Or I just stay where I am, trying to ease my soul and focus on my breathing. I feel anxious during this time. Oh, what a mood. I think I'd like to use this time either learning about the wild creatures or looking after Shadowfax. What does everyone think? Jabal says, anyhow, you'll end up here more than enough time throughout the whole game to buy the meal option several times. If you do a full playthrough and you're not rushing it, this is like a 40-hour game and we're, what, 5 hours in tops? I think we're, yeah, close to 5-6 hours. Fluffle says, pamper Shadowfax. Quirrell says, a bit more than that. This is the 4th week. 1.5 hours ago, true. I think I have a good relationship with Shadowfax, and I did look after Shadowfax today. I think I want to go outside and observe the wild creatures. Rowan says Shadowfax deserves love. Everyone loves Shadowfax so much. Shadowfax is a really good horse, and the only friend I have in this world because people keep rejecting me. Alright, let's give Shadowfax some attention. Okay. 14 hours before dusk. Now we can travel. Okay, my appearance is fine. Oh, I should... Wait, no, I should eat the food. I'd like to eat. I eat the foods. I leave. I travel. Okay, so shall we travel north? Or rather northwest from here? Or shall we go back to the watchtower and travel south from there? Because I am curious about that. And I feel like it would be good to keep around the Enchantress so we can go there. Saria says, because people keep rejecting me, poor Theo. Thank you. Jabal says you can now break the watchtower's door. Right, but shouldn't I get the key? I can use it as a shelter if I find the key. Quirrell says Shadowfax watches the night sky with you and informs you that a lunar eclipse is the world's shadow being cast on the moon. Oh, Shadowfax, I was so right to spend time with you. You always know what to say. I think I want to go south from the watchtower. Going south from the watchtower. The neglected path barely oh no, I've made an error. The neglected path barely finds any space among all the hills, trees, and streams. There's a deer on the ground lying in a red puddle, surrounded by a small pack of creatures which notice your presence quickly. There's about 8 of them, with thick furs in shades of brown, grey, and black, and hairless faces with small eyes and large mouths, currently stained by the blood of their prey. Some of them move on all 4s, while others comfortably stand on 2 feet. They are 2 to 3 heads shorter than you, but it's your mount which truly towers over them, and you see how a couple of the beasts take a few steps back, grunting and glancing at one another. The one with grey fur shouts, and the others move toward the rocks and sticks which are piled on the road. They hold them awkwardly, and some struggle to maintain a straight posture, leaning on their new weapons for support. Then almost all of them spread to your left and right, blending with the shrubs loudly. Only 2 of the apes are standing still. I grab my axe and hold the reins tightly, or I'm not prepared to face a pack of goblins. I turn around. Ooh, fuzzy goblins! Cool! I gotta try and befriend these goblins, right? Rowan says unprepared? But I haven't met any goblins yet. They're obviously intelligent creatures. I'm just gonna save. I might die. I'm gonna talk. I have full vitality. Oh my gosh, this is the best I've ever been. But I've gotta. I mean, they might be my friends. I grab my axe and hold the reins tightly. I don't want to fight them. Will this make me fight them? I want to talk to them. I'm gonna hold the reins tightly. If it makes me fight them, I'm gonna leave. Shadowfax tries to turn around, but loyally follows your directions. I'm not charging at them. I could try to scare them away, screaming at the pack, but there would be a dice roll. I don't have a crossbow. God, I need a crossbow. I look behind me just to be sure they are not already there. I make a few threatening swings, focusing my attention on the beasts that enter the forest. I wait for their move. I should look behind me. Sarius says, obviously you haven't met any goblins yet. You remain uneaten. Look, we don't know. Everyone says the goblins are mean in this setting, but everyone says goblins are mean in every setting. And goblins are actually wonderful in many settings. So I should look behind me. Alcohol says it's the music. I mean, yeah, true. The music does not, like, bode well. I'm gonna look behind me. You see a surprised goblin which, as far as you can tell, was not a part of the group surrounding the carcass. It's holding a wooden spear, or rather a pointed stick, longer than the creature is tall. I hit the spear with my axe. I grab the spear and pull it. I dodge the hit. I need to charge at the goblins down the road before this one attacks me. Fluffle says they're called goblins because they want to put you in their gob. Look, come on. Rowan says, do you read the webcomic Goblins? Because it really sounds like you should. I don't. Ooh, that sounds good. Also, I should show it to Joe. Joe loves goblins so much. Okay. Jabal says, I don't think the goblins in this setting can be reasoned with any more than you can have a chat with, e.g. a gorilla or a chimpanzee. I mean, you can sort of reason with chimpanzees and gorillas. I don't recommend it. Goblins aren't evil in this setting, but they are hungry. Heck. Oh, heck. Okay. I'm gonna grab the spear. I'm pretty strong right now. You grab the spear and struggle a bit to take it away from the goblin. But the way the situation unfolds seems to shock it so much that it lets go of the weapon and jumps away, landing on all fours. It grunts in awe, and the other goblins shout both at you and at one another. They suddenly leap forward, trying to get to you from multiple directions at once. There's more of them now than at the start, over a dozen. I can't win, and I can't run away. I rush Shadowfax forward. Oh no. What is this? What is this? Your mount speeds up, though it doesn't have enough space to enter a gallop. You prepare your weapon, but while you feel somewhat comfortable with a blade when on foot, fighting from a saddle is completely unfamiliar to you. Why is it unfamiliar to me? I have a horse. I go everywhere on my horse. Okay, anyway, sorry. The younger goblin attempts to stop your horse, but the strike it receives sends it into the nearby bush, screaming in pain. The grey one, however, manages to grab your boot, and is now trying to keep up with your speed, making one long leap after another. You attack with a pointed stick, almost hits the mark, but the creature makes such unpredictable movements that you struggle to land a good jab. I aim for the head, I kick it off, I have to ride faster. I kick it off. You swing your foot around, or at least you try, overwhelmed by the weight and muscles of the beast. You finally find the right moment just when the goblin lands on its paws. The precise hit between its eyes makes it roll over the road, and your mount runs faster. Your leg is free, the road is clear. We ride as fast as we can. For a few more moments you hear the angry shouts and screeches, but soon after that it's again only you and your mount. You realize that you still have the goblin spear, a primitive pointed stick, which would be completely useless in most situations. Oh no. There's a light blue scrap of linen tied to it, just beneath the pointed tip. You wonder why a monster would care about decorating their tool. Maybe it never bothered to get rid of it. Or maybe they're people! I could be friends with... this scrap of linen has completely changed my opinion. Jabal, I believe we can reason with these goblins. Maybe not these specific ones, but some goblins. They like colour. They use tools. I attach it to my bundles. The spear is light and you easily strap it along your mount's side. It looks like a broom handle. Time to see what we're going to find down the road. This is so good. Carrier says Shadowfax always backseats you when you fight on its back, so you never really bothered to learn. Oh my gosh. I love that. That's definitely canon. Add it to the list of Shadowfax facts. Along with Shadowfax always having facts for us, and Shadowfax's back half actually just being Shadow. Coral says the premise of goblins is very good. A group of goblins get sick of being raided by adventurers, so a group of them take a PC level, except one who somehow takes an 1/8 of a level in each class, and try to take the fight back to them. Oh, that sounds so good. Bog knowledge? Hang on, bog knowledge? Is this a bog knowledge moment? A round pine tree blocks the road. For a wayfarer, walking over the thin branches at the top is not much of an issue. Even Shadowfax, led on a rope, could walk around the stump, but a large wagon couldn't move onward in one piece, at least not without detaching the mules. Unpacking all the wares and moving everything by hand. Cutting a tree into pieces would take hours, even with proper tools, and you can't hope to move it with just the muscles that you and your mount have to offer. Okay, so there's a tree blocking my road. I can't cut it up. I can't fish. I don't have a fish trap. I consider washing myself in the river. The river is full of life, not only a bit brown and greenish, but also smelling of algae. It won't help you much. The oak ash soap you own can help you get cleaner. You need 3 pieces of bathing equipment to get more out of this place. Whatever, I wash. Maybe it'll help a little bit. Oh, I'm a bit cleaner! 3 out of 5 appearance! Everyone's gonna love me! Okay. You scare away a few frogs, crouch by the bank, and draw handfuls of water. I put on my clothes. This is so good. The frog sounds are so good. I love them. The rider of goblins is trans. Oh, exciting. Gamer Neil says, which game is it? Do you mean this game we're playing now? This is Roadwarden. It's amazing. It's so good. I highly recommend it. Hang on, I put on my clothes. You go back to Shadowfax. I want to look around. I'm going to look around. What do you investigate? The surrounding area, the tree, the stumps, the tracks, the wagon, the river, the bushes, the western hill, the road. I think I know what happened here. What? Are we doing a mystery right now? Okay, well, let's look at the wagon. The planks are still firm and there's no mustiness in the air, but the vehicle needs just a push to fall to pieces, like a child's toy with nothing to keep the parts together. There are ways to construct a wagon with just wood, leather, and fibre, but you find the marks of hinges, braces, nails, and clamps, which are now all gone. The wheels are missing their steel rims. You find only one linen bag, empty and moist. You can't estimate how deep the tracks are. The ground was hard, so the cart's weight wasn't a significant factor. The tracks? In the trampled grass, you find 2 sets of tracks to follow. There are no hoof prints. The first set is near the destroyed wagon. The wayfarers suddenly stopped. You can see where they made a sharp turn. The second trail is close to the tree stump. Most of the marks were left by flat, cheap boots, not suitable for long walks, but someone was wearing hard, wide heels, distorting the ground. Both trails avoid the eastern wilderness. They stick to the main road and lead you north. They could have belonged to 24 people, maybe more. You follow them for a bit, but lose them once there's no more mud and tree needles to find. Oh, okay. Let's have a look at the tree. The leaves are not completely dry, and when you break off one of the twigs, it still contains water. There are no signs of sickness that you can recognize, and the termites and other bugs are still sparse. Beneath the trunk, there's no blood, no abandoned limbs. No abandoned limbs? Is that a common thing to be looking for under a crashed tree? Whew. This was probably attacked by, like, bandits or something, right? Like, who else would pick the wagon and clean? Fluffle says, yeah, this was raided. I think so too. Tefrax, hi! How are you today? This game is going great. Look at my vitality. Look at my hunger, my appearance. This is the best I've ever been. in the game. Sorry, this is even tree limbs, not people limbs. Do trees abandon limbs? That's still the no blood, no abandoned limbs. Surely it's not tree limbs. Trees don't bleed. Coral says it's generally a good idea to listen to Fluffle. She's terrifyingly good at picking apart mystery plots, especially murder mysteries and the like. Oh! Have you ever played Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective? It's a really, really good mystery game where you're competing with Sherlock Holmes to solve the mystery as quickly as possible. You're reading newspapers, you're going to different locations in a limited amount of time and interviewing people, and you only have so many questions you can ask in the time, and then at the end you have to work out who it is. It's so good. And at the end, Sherlock Holmes then comes and reveals to you the optimum path through which you could have found out everything you needed to know. I was very bad at it, although of course it's a team game, so you're playing with all of your friends cooperatively. Very, very cool. Sorry, it says, dang it, Bio, I'm trying to look on the non-dismemberment side. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm just like, they definitely mean limbs. Human limbs. Tefrak says, I'm freshly escaped from the meeting, so things are looking up. However, I am 1,000 lines of code deep into the program I'm working on professionally. Ooh. And so far, it's 100% theoretical and untested, so I have the fears. Oh, no. I want to say may your code be unbugged, but that's rare. I hope everything goes very, very well with your code and is very easy and smooth to get working. Okay. Let's have a look at... Yeah, let's look at the stump. How is this tree cut down? You don't find any marks of paws, of a maw or paws. The top is high, hip high and unnaturally smooth. You could comfortably sit down on it. Someone cut this down. The road? The road here is already being overgrown, fading away, but it's in no worse shape than the other parts of the southeastern route. No alternate path has formed around the blockade. Ooh, okay, okay. Let's look at the bushes. I found an arrow! Definitely highwaymen or something, right? There are no berries left, only broken twigs, fallen leaves, and trampled grass. You notice a pointy arrow made by a human hand with a head made of horn and black-orange fletching. These feathers originally belonged to one of the local pheasants. You see no arrow marks around, not even on the wagon. It's curious that there's no arrow marks around, but maybe they're just really accurate. We know that there are bandits operating in the area, don't we? So, Okay, let's look at the surrounding area. You walk deeper into the wilderness, searching through the shrubs and trees. You don't find any side paths, nor remains of a camp or a hamlet. The first game trail you find has been used exclusively by animals. The Western Hill? The rocky wall isn't much of a challenge. The top of the hill is covered with short grass and sparse trees. You notice a couple of bushes with a good view of the road, just next to the remains of a campfire, charred pieces of wood, ash, bird bones, trampled grass, and a broken earthenware bottle. You follow the deepest tracks leading to the edge of the soft earth. Someone jumped down, or at least stopped stepping on the grass. I mean, it must have been jumped on, right? I think I know what happened here. What do you think has happened to the tree? I think it was cut down to set up an ambush. Why was the wagon abandoned? I love that we're just trying to solve this for, like, just for our own curiosity right now. Why was the wagon abandoned? It was attacked by highwaymen. I do think that. What was originally transported on the wagon? Second thoughts. What was transported on the wagon? Can I look at this again? Let me just see. There was a linen bag, empty and moist. They've taken everything. I think you can't tell. So. Cut down to set up an ambush. Attacked by highwaymen. It's impossible to tell what was originally transported. What happened to the owners of the wagon? I mean, they were taken somewhere, or... There's no bodies and no blood. I think they were taken. You think that the tree was cut down to set up an ambush. The cart which transported unknown contents was attacked by highwaymen. Its owners were taken north. Are you sure that is what this is most likely what happened? I think it is. Fluffle, what do you think? I would love to hear your take. Jabal says he didn't look at the river. Oh, yeah, let's have a look at the river. It would only take 2 steps to disappear in the deep water. The rocky bank smells fresh and is filled with the sounds of frogs, insects, and birds. It's not a good spot to quench your thirst. The beds of long kelp, pulled by the flow of the river, are crowded with fish and 4-legged creatures that you don't even recognize. You keep an eye on the land. There's no carcass in sight and no signs of shells that would be left nearby. Yeah, we don't see anything. Is there anything I haven't looked at yet? I've looked at everything. I think some of this we just don't know. Curry says we saw dozens of people's tracks, so people on the wagon? Did we? Fluffle's on the phone, so she's not going to be able to help. That's fine. Let's see. We saw dozens of people's tracks? 2 sets of tracks, no hoof prints. The first set is near the wagon. They suddenly stopped. The second is close to the tree stump. They were left by flat, cheap boots, not suitable for long walks. But someone wearing hard, wide heels distorting the ground. Both trails avoid the eastern wilderness. They lead north. They could have belonged to 24 people. I think they were taken north. Yeah. Yeah, I do think I know what happened here. It was cut down to set up an ambush. The wagon was attacked by highwaymen. I don't know what was transported on the wagon. I don't feel like we have any idea what was transported on the wagon. I think we can't tell. Well, no, it must have been passengers. There's a lot of people, right? 24? Coral says, I think the wagon carried food supplies. The bag was left moist. I don't know. It was 1 bag left empty. Let's go passengers. They were taken north, the people. You think that the tree was cut down to set up an ambush. The cart which transported human passengers was attacked by highwaymen. Its owners were taken north. Are you sure that this is what most likely happened? I think so. Well, you can't be sure of what really happened here. You don't think there's much left for you to find. Let's hope you haven't missed anything. Okay. We travel on. How long is it? 1 hour 30 to the secluded residence. 9 hours before dusk. We've got a lot of time. Let's keep going. Oh wait, we could go to the slab, the old bridge, and get some coins for the necromancers. I'm gonna go. With no trees or crags blocking the sun, the road is bright and inviting. The simple bridge is centuries old, bitten by time. The torrent here is deep and fast, with plenty of fish. The boat is destroyed beyond repair, rotten, falling to pieces, with holes in the floor and on the sides, overgrown with fungi and moss. The thick shrubs lining the path are covered with thorns. Small birds are jumping from one twig to another, pecking at the brown berries. Knowing from the herbaria that the fruits are safe, you eat a few bittersweet ones as well. I can use my knowledge here. And I will. I think I've read something about these fish. Ooh! You see dozens of red and grey shells. As you walk by, they stay close, following your steps. According to the testimonies from a murder trial you've read about, they have long and sharp teeth, eat flesh, and could scrap your skull clean in a minute or so. Oh my gosh! Super piranhas! Oh, wow. Okay. I look for the purse of the woman from the White Marshes, but I don't want to look in the water. If we could just not look in the water, that would be really good. Coral says, I mean, we're all pretty sure about everything except the wagon's cargo. Yeah, it's true. Everyone, thank you so much for the help. I feel like people were pointing out lots of different things. Very, very helpful. That was a fun little thing to kind of work out. Hey, Marlon, it's okay. Oh, hang on just a second, everyone. Marlon came down from the window meowing, so I'm just giving him a little pet. Hello. Good boy. Yeah, everything's okay. You can go see Joe now. Alright. I look for the purse of the woman from White Marshes. You kneel on the grass and look into the darkness. Among the cobwebs and bugs, you spot an old piece of fabric pinned under a rock. You pull it out and find a rotting, torn pouch that contains a single dragon bone. You make sure you haven't missed the other ones in the dirt, but if they ever existed, they have rolled down and sunk for good. Oh, there's not even any money in the pouch. Fluffle says he's looking for attention right now. He really is. I throw the pouch away and stand up. I want the bone. Shadowfax peacefully chews the grass, enjoying the sun on its back, ready to take a nap. Wow, nothing there. Okay, we're not going east of the tower to danger. We're going to go this way. Not east, west of the tower to danger. Ooh, like a tomb? A couple of stone slabs, not unlike the bridge you saw in the northeast, were turned into a hut-like shape, one of the ancient chapels raised by the priests of the United Church in the days of few soldiers and even fewer shelters. The dolmens proved to be especially durable, though the conditions they offered were harsh. The entrance is barely wide enough to let you walk inside. It was meant to keep larger beasts away, including your palfrey. You can't spend the night here. You dismount and look around. Ooh, interesting. Sabira says this is why you don't use a riverbank as a bank. Fluffle says no insurance. Jabal says, ooh, I like the dolmen. I think it was one of the first places I saw all working on for the Roadwarden. It's so cool that you already, knew about this game. And not just have played it, but know the person who developed it. It's such a good game. It must have taken so long to make. I approach the hourglass carved into stone. It's the most common religious sign of the city folk, adapted by the United Church, Orders of Truth, and the majority of fellowships. It's used in temples and during the funeral rites, but also to decorate codices or jewelry. The winged hourglasses portray the ephemerality of life and the rigidity of time. When possible, they're made of steel, signifying the strength of humankind's determination and innovation. I feel disgusted seeing this cursed symbol. I should defile it. Or I don't want the locals to get upset at me for destroying the sacred signs I step away. So I'm a pagan in the game. And it is kind of... I mean, everything they say about it sounds kind of gross, honestly. But I don't like the United Church in this game. But I don't want to destroy someone else's holy symbol. I do want to be respectful. I'm not going to destroy it. But I wanna, but I'm not gonna. Shadowfax is listening to the leaves carefully. Oh, Shadowfax. Perhaps Shadowfax knows something about the leaves we don't. I enter the chapel. Ooh, the inside. The beams of light get through the gaps between the rocks, but you can hardly see anything. A torch would fill the place with smoke, but a candle will suffice. You wonder how many travelers have sat on the cold rock, observing the entrance and fighting with their heavy eyelids. Ooh, I repair my wooden lantern! I remember buying this lantern! Yes! Carmen Velt says, are you always a pagan or do you choose? I chose. You choose loads of stuff about your character at the beginning, and as you play. It's very cool. There's genuinely a significant amount of role-playing and character creation in this game. I'm going to use my wooden lantern. Finally, I have something that is useful. Even though a part of the ground is covered with a single massive slab, there are parts free of any flooring. You see soil, small rocks, sand. In one spot you find the remains of charred wood. Also you notice sticky soot on the walls. Parts of it cover black marks and pictures. Possibly letters. I want to look at the letters. I look around. What are you looking for or paying attention to? Sticky marks. I look for something else. Marks. Okay. A large part of the wall is covered with engravings. It's difficult to figure out what they are meant to portray, but one picture is obvious to you. A long arrow pointing down. Parts of the writing, as well as the nearby wall, is covered with soot. Scholar knowledge! Yes! Calmly enveloped, feels her mouse heading toward the purchase button. It's a really good game. And it's quite cheap. Or it was, I think I might have gotten it on sale, but I think it's cheap in general. Teferac says, Scholage! Yes, we're going to use our scholar knowledge, our scholage. I understand what's written here. Ooh! Oh, scholar was the right choice. This is so fun. The images and letters are a combination of two separate texts. The first one is written with words of a deer and belongs to an era as old as the dolmen itself. Oh, this is so good. It's almost impossible to decipher it, but you can make sense of it by connecting some words and the general structure. It was a prayer, or a spell asking for a safe road. The other messages are maybe a couple years old. While they use the same alphabet, they tried to express the modern city tongue. It's a list of wares, sometimes portrayed by images and their value in dragon bones. Some of the pictures are used as obscene insults. You see, for example, the head of a griffin, or a sketch of a wolf. Someone was not happy with the prices they saw. One passage is especially interesting. Trapdoor payment. There's a trapdoor in here! The arrow points down. Trapdoor payment. Ooh, this is exciting. Talon says, I'd love to buy the game, but I'm not sure if it's screen reader accessible. Oh yeah, I don't know. Let me have a look in the settings. Maybe there'll be something obvious. There's deaf support? It's not what you need at all. You need screen reader. I don't... So it's accessible in some ways, but not in others, as far as I can tell. I have no idea whether it would be screen reader friendly. Yeah, we need it to narrate Calmly Enveloped, like out loud. Talon says, is it Unity or other popular game engine? It's Ren'Py, I believe. Which is not a big popular game engine. I think it's an open source game engine. Usually used to create visual novels. I look for something else. I want to find the trapdoor. Trapdoor. You make a couple of small holes in various spots, but the most interesting area turns out to be hidden beneath the remains of an old campfire. You move all the ash and pieces of wood until you find a well-preserved plank. You dig around, finding a solid trapdoor locked with a steel padlock. I open the trapdoor with a key. Where do I have the key from? What? Talon says, oh, that I believe does have a support. Oh, that's really, really good. Jabal says, I don't think you can choose pronouns, but I'm not sure that you're ever referred to by them either. No, nobody seems to reference gender or pronouns in any way, which has been wonderful, honestly. Talon, hopefully this is accessible to you. I guess it would be worth looking up, but that's really hopeful. Jabal says you got the key from a guy over in the biggest village. I remember getting a key, but... Oh, okay. Let's see. I opened the trapdoor with a key. You insert the key, and after a bit of wiggling, something clicks. The padlock is cold, dirty, and rusty, but you easily get to the iron latch, which moves away smoothly. You have no problem unlocking the trapdoor. Definitely going to be killed! Okay, I look inside. This is so exciting. You lift the hatch and the heavy, humid air suggests an abandoned farm cellar. Your candle allows you to estimate that the tunnel is roughly 15 feet deep, but there's no ladder that you can use. You think about lowering the rope, but you realize that one of the brick walls is covered with large holes, meant to be used as a sort of vertical stairs. Like a ladder. You hear no sounds coming from the tunnel, but the mouldy walls and old cobwebs are not very welcoming. Old cobwebs are more welcoming than new cobwebs. This is so cool! Teferax says, stay away from that trapdoor. I feel like you're referencing something, but I am not going to stay away from it. I'm too excited. Ooh. Okay. I climbed now. I gotta go in. I've got the key. I found the thing that the key goes to. It's some kind of cool old chapel that did some kind of trading. This is so exciting. Oh, it's suddenly dark. You have to move slowly, learning the new route. You hug the cold, moist wall, seeking the support for your boots. I got hiccups. No. It doesn't take long before you feel comfortable enough to jump down, then light up another candle. Both the walls and the floor are made of stone slabs. You see no movement, no other sources of light. The short tunnel leads you to a small room. I walk inside. This is so good! Ooh, Rowan says, I love how Via was all, I don't want to die here in previous encounters, but now they are so excited to die here. Look, stone, tomb-like structure, secret tunnels, languages no one can read but me. I literally wrote a book for these aesthetics. I love this. If there's a zombie in here, it's totally worth it. Teferax says, I didn't have a TV growing up, but I did have the Trapdoor 8-bit game. Oh. I see. Call me about the singing secret tunnel. Love it. Okay. I walk inside. Oh, it's like a pantry or something. The room, I'm bouncing on my chair. I should bounce, my dragon should bounce. Okay. The room smells of rotten wood and fungi. I'm so excited. Abandoned junk is scattered on the ground in shelves. Earthenware jars, rotting scraps of linen or leather, wooden plates, bones for carving, and rusty iron tools. While these odds and ends may be years or decades old, the basement could be just as ancient as the main floor of the chapel. The one thing that seems to be uniquely fresh and durable is a small wooden box, held together by a few fiber cords. I want to see the box! I take the box. It doesn't feel empty, but it's light. You shake it for a bit, trying to guess what's inside. You can't open the box without cutting the cords. This is Pandora's box situation. I gotta save. I gotta open this box. Talon says, would you try this for me? The V key should toggle screen reading on and off. V. No, I don't think so. Although maybe it's because I'm on a screen that's already been read. I don't know. Just the V key doesn't seem to be doing anything, Talon. Yeah, sorry. I cut the cords with my knife and open the box. Or this box belongs to someone. For now, I'm going to keep it in one piece. This box belongs to someone from decades ago. Everything in this room was like decades. Maybe I shouldn't open it yet. What if... Because this wasn't as old. Someone put it here and locked it and left? Someone who hasn't really had anything to do with this? It doesn't sound like anyone is coming back for this box, right? Quarrel says, I love how V keeps making safety saves before trying things and then doesn't load them when things go disastrously wrong. Look, if things go so disastrously wrong, I will load. But if it's a decision that I think I morally had to make anyway, then I won't go back on it unless I die. Sorry, it says Via's computer may not be set up for screen reading. That's true. It isn't. So if there's some settings I would normally need to be on, I'm happy to take a moment to set up if there's like window, if you know how to set up window screen reading or something and test it, but otherwise I'm afraid that may not be very helpful. Windows should just work. Well, normally hitting V and things doesn't really do anything for me. Like if I were to go out to my browser and hit V, nothing has happened. So, yeah. Sorry. Oh, it's a Renpy thing. I see. Yeah. That's a shame. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut the cords. I'm cutting it. The box turns out to be filled with rags covering a fragile bottle. It's small and closed with a tall wax seal, inside of which you see a thin stick. Ooh. It should be easy to instantly open it if needed. You can't look inside, and if you open it, you may not be able to seal it again. Nevertheless, you recognize a magical potion when you see one. Probably the one you were meant to find for Akakios, the merchant. I could give it to Akakios, or I could give it to the tree. The tree loved healing potions. Talon says the version of the engine might be too old. Oh, I'm sorry. I attach the bottle to my belt. If I open it and smell it, it stops being useful. I can't seal it again. I attach it to my belt. This is good. Alice has got an appointment. Bye. This was fun. Oh, goodbye, Al. Thanks for being here. It is the end of the stream, so I'm just going to come outside and then we'll stop. Using the light of your candle, you memorize the holes. You climb up quickly. I go outside. Shadowfax is leaning against the wall, napping. This was so good! Okay. We quit. Oh my gosh, everyone. This was so good. I'm going to my end screen. Thank you all so much for keeping me company. This has been an absolute blast. I've had a really, really good time. I can't believe how well this went. Nothing terrible befell us. We're healthy. We're clean. We found a potion. We're solving mysteries. What an amazing time. Anyway, I will be back on Friday and I will be playing Spirit of the North, in which we will play as a magical fox. Exploring and puzzling around an environment. So I think that'll be really fun. And I wish you all a lovely rest of the week. So goodbye, everyone.